Donald Trump is said to be mentioned 38,000 times in the Epstein files, more than Harry Potter in his own books. If that sounds wild, wait till you hear why survivors' names and even photos were left exposed while co-conspirator names got a blackout. Stay with me. Congress is deposing Ghislaine Maxwell this week, and lawmakers will see unredacted files. We'll break down what gets revealed, what stayed hidden under the Trump DOJ, and why other countries are firing people while we're still playing hide-and-seek with a Sharpie. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. If Trump is named more than Harry Potter in his own books, why are the key names still hiding under thick black bars? That's not a mystery novel. That's the week in D.C., where House Oversight is deposing Ghislaine Maxwell and lawmakers finally get eyes on unredacted Epstein files. Translation: the committee gets to see what the public can't. No more guessing from PDFs that look like they were attacked by a Sharpie with trust issues. Here's the stakes. A deposition can lock in specifics, and the members will compare that to the clean copies of the files. Not the public ones with heavy blackout, the insider set. If the names behind the flights, the money, and the favors are in there, this is the week staffers start matching threads. And if those threads lead to offices with flags out front, don't expect quiet halls. Even grumpy Trumpy would hear that echo. Now the part that makes people grind their teeth. Under the Trump-era DOJ, co-conspirator names got wiped out, but survivor identities and even photos slipped through. That flips survivor protection norms. Laws like State Victim Privacy Rules and Federal Crime Victims' Rights Act aim to shield people harmed, not the ones with jet manifests and private islands. Leaving faces and identifying details visible while hiding alleged helpers is like locking the safe and leaving the front door open for the wrong crowd. So who decides what gets blacked out? In plain English, prosecutors and agency lawyers draft the redactions, citing rules like ongoing investigation exemptions, privacy, and court protective orders. Judges can review or order specific cuts. Agencies also use FOIA standards when sharing records publicly, which include privacy for victims, minors, and people not charged. The intent is simple. Don't harm survivors, don't wreck legit cases, and don't leak pure gossip. The practice here? Let's say the execution looked like someone redacted with oven mitts. Media reviews flagged spots where survivors' identifying info stayed readable while power players' names vanished. One email to Epstein in 2014 reads, "Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty." The sender's name, gone. The gross context, there in black and white. That imbalance matters because accountability needs clarity about who did what, not a scavenger hunt where only victims are visible and the rest are ghosts. Look abroad, and the contrast slaps. In the UK, figures tied to Epstein faced exits and inquiries. Poland, Norway, France, Slovakia have probes and resignations moving. Here, we've got a wall of redactions and a lot of, "We're done releasing files." That's not momentum, that's molasses. And yes, orange turd memes won't fix it either. Now about that 38,000 number. Sounds massive, sounds headline ready, but what is it counting? Unique references? A search index hitting every duplicate? Email dumps where one CC list turns into 100 mentions? Without the method, the stat is a party trick. Big number, small clarity. It's perfect for spin because it makes noise but tells you nothing about conduct. That's why Congress wants the unredacted versions, not to tally buzzwords, but to read context, dates, payments, and travel details. Real substance lives in the margins that a search counter can't see. Volume is easy to weaponize. Say a number loud enough and people think it means guilt, or innocence, or both, depending on the team jersey. But a mountain of hits can hide a teaspoon of facts. That's why unfiltered access matters. When lawmakers see names beside actions, the black bars stop doing PR for the powerful. So here's the mini payoff. The redactions look like they protected influence more than survivors. Full, unredacted review can reveal who benefited from that blackout and why. If the numbers are noisy and the black bars are loud, the Maxwell deposition is where voices might finally cut through. And once those answers land on the record, even Donnie diapers will need a new excuse for the missing names. What answers can Maxwell give that a black marker can't hide? A lot, if she's pinned down. A congressional deposition isn't small talk. It's names, dates, routes, and receipts. Members can press on who helped, who paid for flights and homes, who visited the properties, and what changed after Epstein's conviction. Did the guest list shrink or just move to new venues? Did the money keep flowing through shell companies and consulting gigs? Staff can ask about logistics too. Drivers, schedulers, pilots, fixers, because operations leave footprints, even if the press releases don't. Here's where it gets sticky. Lawmakers want to know if secret deals or non-prosecution setups cushioned co-conspirators. Redactions with no explanation look like free passes written in Sharpie. If the Justice Department cut names while leaving survivors exposed, Congress will ask why. Who requested specific blackouts? Which offices signed off? If those answers don't match the legal standards they're supposed to follow, that's not a clerical error, that's a cover job. Even grumpy Trumpy would understand that math. Now the playbook. Compare Maxwell's sworn answers to the unredacted files in real time. If she says a visitor only showed up once, but the travel logs and comms show regular drop-ins, that's a contradiction. If she claims a donor stopped paying after 2008, but wire records run well past that date, there's your link. Staff lawyers can build chains, one name to one event to one payment, until the web stops looking like rumor and starts looking like a ledger. And if her story lines up with the documents, that also matters. It confirms which pieces are solid enough to take further. Don't forget the business ties that didn't die after the conviction. Reports have flagged contacts that stayed cozy, contracts that didn't pause, and doors that stayed open. Congress is signaling no free rides for any party or faction. Left, right, center. If your calendar and your bank statements hum the same tune, expect questions. If you cash checks while posting statements about zero tolerance, expect louder ones. Even Donnie Diapers might need a fresh change reading those receipts. There's also the intelligence whisper trail. People throw around KGB and Israeli intel like seasoning. Congress doesn't need spice. It needs proof. If Maxwell hints at approaches, handlers, or compromat games, that goes into a verification loop, corroborating documents, contact lists, and agency briefings. No leaps, no YouTube rabbit holes. Government should verify, not guess. If it's real, it leaves marks. If it's gossip, it shrivels under light. Abroad, the response has moved faster when names aren't under blackout. The UK has seen ambassador-level fallout in parliamentary actions. That's what pressure looks like when the public can see who's connected to what. When the names are visible, the phone starts ringing and the resignations draft themselves. You don't need a magic wand, just sunlight and a calendar. So who's behind the bars? The black bars, not the jail ones. Think business leaders who sat on boards, politicians who sent warm notes and showed up twice a year, and power brokers who kept rooms booked and favors flowing. Redactions can wrap them in a cozy blanket.